Okay, so I pulled apart this engine yesterday for the Snapper racing tractor project. Anyway, after honing it, there's a little bit of decoloration on there, but you actually don't feel that with your finger, so I might give it another shot with the hone. Not too sure yet. I did get some parts on order, and pretty much, believe it or not, the pistons are actually fine. And the rings were, well, let's just say very rusted. So I'll make an update video on that and post it sooner or later. But right now we got quite a bit of snow last night. And I'm going to start up the Sears and see if it's going to run. Hasn't run since I had it in out doing the big area. Let's see this. Snow in there. Yeah, whatever, a little bit won't hurt it. Choke. Yeah, it's left on full bore. Let that warm up for a good 10 minutes. Yeah, that started up freaking easy. So just had the choke on for the first few seconds and then popped off the choke pretty much instantly. Anyway, time to blow some snow. Sweet. Oh, doesn't that look good? Holy, car hit that snow hill pretty good. Yeah, they went right down to the gravel too, hey? It's hard to say, but that's like 1.5 feet tall. Well, time to blow up my tractor trying to move it. Fun. Choke's on. Oh, that's good sound. Yeah. Never had that yet. I've got lots of headlight power. Oh, I might need a new starter pretty soon. Could be just iced up. Fun. Listen, off position. Might just be the solenoid. Where's the solenoid on this thing? Really? Way down in there? Holy shit. The solenoid is way down inside there. That kind of sucks. Oh, time for some fun. I'm going to give it a shot right directly to the starter and see what happens. And I'm actually going to unhook the ground cable so I don't, short out the battery. Don't need the ground cable hooked up. Just a positive. I think it might just be a solenoid. I'm not too sure. Oh, nope. And it's the starter itself. Fun. Yeah, the starter itself is frozen. It's either frozen or finally shorted out. It did turn over a little bit slower than always, but anyway, do not fall against the ground. Just want to give it a little bit of a hit with this. Oh, there we go. That knocked it free. Should have kept on cranking when I was doing that. It turned a bit there. First time I have a problem with the starter motor, damn it. Turned over a tiny bit. That's the solenoid gargling, that's not the starter motor. By the sounds of it anyway. Of course I don't want to wreck the starter. Oh, look at that. No, I don't even get any clicking from the solenoid. Solenoid's not even clicking anymore. Huh. Well, if the solenoid's not clicking, could be that I was just not getting enough power through this rod. So what I'm going to do now could just be solenoid, because if it's not even clicking anymore, could be that I just couldn't transfer enough because of the chrome plating on this. The time I need the tractor, because I don't want to shovel by hand. Yeah. I don't think I'm getting enough transfer through that. Yeah, look, no, not even clicking anymore. Huh. Oh, that's all broken and loose, eh? That's good for it. Oh, it clicked actually for a second there. Or it gargled or something. Whole ignition's loose in there. I'll have to figure it out. Shit, fun. Okay, so I just hooked up the battery and actually gave it a little nudge. I think it's actually the battery on the tractor that shot. Look at that. Ooh, she was a little cold there. Had that engaged. Choke, a little bit less throttle. I got the choke on, so it's going to smoke like a bitch. That's all he does. There we go, choke's off. It'll clear up in a second. Just make sure it wasn't stuck in the start position or something stupid. It is very cold out today, so that's why it's smoking so much. Make sure it's running on both cylinders. Oh yeah, that's on. Oh yeah, it is. Oh, so I guess why it's just that it's so cold. Let it warm up for a good long time now. Funny thing is, I just used it yesterday to move all the snow and do all the plowing, and it was working fine. So, but also today's like minus 20 Celsius, and the other day it was quite a bit warmer. So, interesting. But at least it started, and I don't think it's the starter. I'm pretty sure now it's just the battery, because at the end the solenoid wouldn't even click. But the headlights look pretty bright, so I don't know. Sweet. Okay, so I got the Sears Suburban running outside. Yes, there's a problem with the starter motor because I put the booster battery on it again today and it would not start. I ended up having to tap it as I was turning the key, so there's something sticking on the brushes. So I had to tap the back of the starter as I was turning the key, and it turned over instantly. So anyway, because it's, you know, been minus 30, minus whatever outside for the last week, I'm going to bring it in the garage, let it sit for a few days. And see how it starts inside, and if it starts decent inside, then I'll go from there. Might end up pulling it apart, just putting some, you know, cleaning it out, just a general cleaning on the starter, do it while it's still turning over the machine. I don't want to really wait till it's completely dead. Probably just needs to be cleaned around the brushes. That's normally what happens when you have to tap them. There's no dead spots, or normally you'd have to turn it sometimes, but sometimes tapping it I guess helps there too. But anyway, this is the second time it happens, so it's not hitting a dead spot in my opinion, it's just a sticky brush. So anyway, I've been running now for about, I don't know, 2-3 minutes. I'll let it run a little bit longer and then I'll drag her inside. Sweet. And holy crap, I got a snowdrift in front of the garage. That's a little bit nuts. Yeah, I didn't think I'd have to do any more snow blowing today, but there's about 7 inches of snow in front of the garage door. 7 inches of snow in front of the garage door, so we just got a lot more snow. A lot of it's just blowing snow, so I just got a little area to do. But anyway, I just got to check out a few things here. You can see the in-floor heating starting to melt the snow that fell off already. I'm not sure if that's showing up. That is crazy. And in-floor heating's turned on low. I got a piece of snow stuck underneath the door. But anyway, time to clean her off and see what's up with the starter. So, sweet. Okay, so she's been in the garage now for only about 5 minutes. I just finished chipping all the snow off from around the pulley here and the crank to be able to turn it. It's all nice and loose there now. Turns nicely. Anyway, starter's working now fine. So, anyway, I started it, shut it off now about 3 times in the garage here. And yeah, seems to be actually working good now that it's inside. Anyway, yeah, that's water all from the snow that I swept off it. It melts pretty much instantly when it hits the floor almost. All the snow will be gone within an hour. Like, probably actually half an hour. And the in-floor heating, I actually cranked it down to, I think, it's about 15. So normally we keep it a little bit warmer than that, but we cranked it down recently because when you're working in here, it gets still pretty sweaty and hot. Anyway, I don't know yet if I'm going to pull off that starter motor. You can see the starter motor is right there. So it looks pretty simple to get off. Don't know if I have to pull off the flywheel cover yet. I do got the parts motor sitting underneath there, so I can kind of look at how that one's assembled, kind of gear up for what I'm going to be in for. The only part that I didn't get with the parts motor is the starter. The guy couldn't find it, so it's not too big of a deal. If I need a starter, I actually seen brand new ones at a fairly decent price. So if I plan on keeping the tractor, which it's looking like I might keep it, I'll buy a brand new starter. You know, it's just nice to have a new starter, especially the fact that I plan on using this in cold weather, and not always I'm going to have a heated garage and room to park it in. So, anyway, keep you guys up to date on how this machine's going. So far for the winter, had the front belt snap for the snowblower, which kind of took off the corner here. So, but this was already all cracked up and destroyed anyway. But that's nothing. There's no belt guard on it. The rear pulley is starting to slip. The belt, I got a new belt for the rear end, a new drive belt sitting right there. So I can't remember what size I went for. I just kind of guesstimated it. This is a number 80. So it's going to be an 82 inch belt. Because normally it's 2 inches bigger for the belt size than what it says on it. If you measure it, I believe that's right anyway. Well, anyway, other than that, I got to check my oil because I actually haven't checked my oil on this since I did an oil change. So I got to make sure it hasn't been burning any. I still want to remount that fuel filter, and there's a few other little things I got to do on it. I got to change the carburetor top. I should actually pop this off and make sure nothing got sucked into the carburetor or that nut never backed itself out. I don't even remember if I put that on there now. Come on, I can get this off with one hand. Okay, yeah, I did leave that one screw holding it, so. Air filter, it's not that bad. I never actually cleaned it since I got the tractor, so see what I mean? These two are stripped, and this one's almost stripped. So I got a brand new, well not brand new, but a spare carburetor and a parts bin there that I'm going to be going through today. And maybe I'll change that out for something to do. So this one here, I already looked at, already has the brass float in it. So the carburetor has already had the mods done. This is the Onan model BF. So it's a 16, and that's the same as what my parts motor is. So anyway, keep you guys up to date and show you what I do on it. Sweet. Well, figured out a new problem. Last time I was using this, I realized this was flopping around a little bit loose. Anyway, it's up and down, side to side, every way possible, and even more if I line it up proper. But anyway, I can see here the bearing let go on this side. Now it looks to be no bearing left in there, so they're kind of locked solid into place. So I don't know if there's meant to be a bushing in there. I think the end cap on the bearing kind of fell off. Now this is filled with grease. It used to have oil in it, but I had a shrieking noise after I was using it once, so I filled it up with grease. Well, I filled it up with oil and it just kind of leaked out from this side. Then I filled it up with grease from a grease gun. So anyway, that cannot be good. And down there you can just see it's floppy loose everywhere. So, but anyway, it still technically is working. I don't know if that's a, I'm guessing it's some kind of gear. I don't think it'd be some kind of, I don't know if it's a gear or a chain. I never actually took it apart, which I guess I kind of should. It is still working. Like, it still works, but that, if it's a gear in there, that's just going to destroy that gear in no time. So the other thing I could do is put a brass bushing over top that from this side. I do got brass bushings that should fit that because I got a whole kit of them. So don't know yet what I'm going to do with that. That kind of sucks. So anyway, I'm not too worried about that because I did plan for next winter to put a plow on this. I don't like the snowblower. It just kind of makes a mess. I'd rather get some weight on the back and actually put a plow on it. So anyway, that kind of sucks because I want it to last this winter, but so you can see it pushes it into place and it stays in place perfectly fine when there's, like, you know, strain on the pulley. But when I go into this mode here where it's loose, it just flaps everywhere. So I don't know, have to decide. Actually, I'll start it up here and show you guys. Okay, now she don't want to start. Kick it out, give it a little bit more speed. Choke. See what I mean? When I'm shutting off, it just bounces everywhere. Anyway, I know why it doesn't start now, because water was dripping off the hood. And I already cleaned up a bunch that was on top there, but you can see there's all kinds of water in there. Besides that, I flooded it from starting it, shutting it off so many times. Anyway, figure out what I'm going to do with this. Well, the only brass bushing I had is this guy here, and it's just a thin one, but it fits over top the shaft. It'll still give play in there. But I'm sure that's going to be better than nothing, and it might get me through the winter. So, anyway, I'll put that on for now, and I'll see if I can actually find the replacement bearings and stuff for this. If anyone knows the model number of this snowblower, the ID tag's gone. If anyone could give me the model number, that'd be great. Or knows where I could get a transmission. Sweet. There we go. A brass bushing inside there, and a washer. So you can see it still moves up and down quite a bit inside there. But hey, that's about where it used to stick out right there, so it's about the same distance. That might even had a bearing in there before, I'm not too sure. If that washer pops out, I'll stick another one in. It's enough that I can get it out easy enough with a screwdriver if I had to. But anyway, with the brass bushing on there, even though it's loose, it should stop the casing from being destroyed. So, because I looked, there's actually no marks on the casing or anything yet. Anyway, I'll run it like that. See if I can make it last the winter. And keep my eyes open for the parts I need. Okay, so I now know why it was a little bit hard to start. I got zero gas in it. I opened the gas cap, and it's below the E on empty. A reserve, even though it doesn't have reserve, this thing. But yeah, there's absolutely no gas in here. So it's pretty much bone dry. The float's barely even touching. There's no water there. Nope. So anyway, I'm too lazy to unbury the 2 feet of snow from in front of my truck by hand. So I'm going to put some chainsaw gas, 2-stroke in it. I know, it's not the best thing to do to it, but it's semi-smokeless oil. So anyway, I do plan on taking apart that carburetor probably tomorrow to change the top on it anyway. So I'll not put too much in it, but I gotta move the snow and I'm too lazy to do it by hand, so in goes some 2-stroke. It's 50 to 1 too, so it's yeah, shouldn't be too bad for it, but anyway, fun. Okay, anyway, it seemed to work pretty good. See if that washer even stayed in. Yeah, the washer stayed in. A little bit of moisture there. So yeah, seemed to work good. It's not hot or anything, it's actually cold. The first few times I used it, it got pretty damn hot, but that's because it must have been low on oil. Anyway. Oh, look at that floor just evaporating, hey? Well, time to sweep off some more snow. And I guess I'll get to work on a carburetor. Sweet. Mind you, that kind of can wait till spring, but you know. Anyway, I'm covered in snow. Pretty good. So, and this is after shaking it off already. I gotta get a piece of rubber in between here. So, because when I go near a neighbor's yard, I want to be able to aim it pretty low. And I'd like to be able to aim it even lower like that. So, I got some rubber up behind one of those toolboxes somewhere that I'll cut. So, I'll do that also today while I'm at it. Sweet. Now as for the bed liner, you can see it's not sticking. So the snow is not really sticking at all to the bed liner. You see the side walls in there. So a little bit at the back there, but that's just because I shut off the auger and dragged it a bit, I'm pretty sure. So anyway, yeah. Hopefully it lasts the rest of the winter. Sweet. Okay, so yeah, just letting this de-thaw. And you see all those motors at the back there. There's one in the corner there. All those guys along the back, besides the Husqvarna chainsaw and even a cut-off saw. The chainsaw staying here, the cut-off saw, and all those engines I'm going to put into the shed. Because I need more bench room, as you can tell. I want to be able to get that frame from the lawn tractor up onto the bench so I can start working on it. As for this engine, I still got to order parts. I gave it a quick hone, and it's actually not bad. It might look bad on camera there, but I can't even feel that with my finger. It's just a bit of a stain, rust stain. Anyway, so I gotta get those in the shed. Now I just finished unburying the shed, and yeah. Okay. So it's quickly unburied the shed. I haven't been in here, like I said, since October. So. And of course the lock's frozen solid, so it'll just be a few seconds. Fun. Oh, nothing living in here, I'm surprised. That's a Pioneer that I picked up. It's the NU17, I believe, or NV17. NU17, same as that one. Got two of those saws right there. One there, one up there, exact same saw. That one there, I'm still not too sure which model this is yet. I think it's a 650 because it has the twin exhaust. Not too sure yet. Clinton Panther A400 engine. That's pretty much toast. That's the little Sears one I have there. That's SL9 Remington. Needs a recoil. And that's another saw all taken apart in the box. I can't even remember what the hell that one is. There's another Remington power light down there. There's a Clinton A490 two-stroke cart engine. That's a 16 or 15 horse Briggs & Stratton single cylinder cast iron sitting there. And that one there is, what the hell is that again? That one there is model number 23 something R6 or whatever, because it has a gearbox on it. That's a Model 8 right there, another Model 8 if I remember right. Kohler Model 91, another 5 horsepower Briggs, iron horse motor, 2 horsepower Briggs, another 2 horsepower Briggs. Underneath that's a 5 horsepower, and there's the Pioneer P40, which I plan on fixing up. So, and yeah, another thing someone was asking me for, the headlight for this thing. So it's a little bit missing the socket. Might be in that box, hard to say. The bottom end from a Trail Boss 250, rear shock. And what I am looking for is room to bring those engines in here. So there's some Quadzilla LT500 A-arms, some 400EX fenders. Yeah, I'm just looking here. I don't have room to even bring those engines in here. I need to build more shelves. God damn it. Okay, well that's takes away from that idea. But at least there's nothing living in here, so sweet. Okay, well that shed's just packed with stuff, and yeah, I need workroom space. Man, I feel like making another shelf like this. Just freaking trying to find room in this garage, man. It's just such a... Well, it's the bigger garage. It's a big double car, like a single car. I could say it's big. Yeah, it's 28 by 26 or 24, something like that. So it's not the biggest, but man, that's all garage sale stuff because we have yard sales every spring. So including some of the junk up there, not including the fenders there. But Anyway, an update for this engine here. I'm going to actually put it back together. Just need a set of rings. Pistons surprisingly were good. But that will be in another video. I'm going to upload a full-length video of that. The 400EX, I'm waiting for a new battery because the terminal's broken on that one. So the terminal's snapped. So that's, in a way, somewhat my fault. In a way, somewhat the other guy that was riding its fault. So driving through mud, you know what I mean. That's, I'm guessing, why it wasn't charging the best. Because it had a cracked connection. So I know it's in here kind of hard to see. But the connection was cracked, so it wasn't allowed. And my battery just randomly died because I was outside and it's freaking freezing out there. But yeah, that's probably why the quad wasn't charging. So just because that stupid connector was cracked. I broke it the rest of the way when I seen the crack. Anyway, for the racing tractor, I'm thinking I'm going to go a solid 1-inch rear end. And I'm not too sure yet what I'm going to do for a clutch. I'm kind of thinking the idea of a torque converter. So might do that, not too sure yet. Anyway, this is just kind of a general update video, what's going on. And someone driving by there. And my battery died again. Holy shit. So, different battery this time. Have bad luck with these batteries in the cold. They're cheap Chinese batteries. So, anyway, general update video. The Sportsman 500, let's talk about this for a few seconds. All I got to do is grease up the front end. There's a bunch of grease nipples that have to be done. Having problems with my grease gun right now, so just got to kind of do that. Other than that, it's all running. There's nothing wrong with it. I still haven't had it out in the bush again since hunting season. So it has been pretty much sitting at home since then, since I guess the end of October, I could say. So again, the tires are still pretty bald, so trying to drive it in the winter is not really the funnest. Actually, I lie, it's fun as hell, but it's not the safest. How's that? So anyway, I got to get that back out to the cabin, get it out of here, because of course that's using up a lot of real estate in the garage here. So so this is just melting away. Of course, I had it packed with snow because it just finished blowing. Anyone that cares about the pressure washer, I still need to find a gas tank for it. I'm not in too big of a rush to get that going because it's winter. Once it comes spring or summer, I'll just order one off the internet. So find myself a used gas tank. I do got tons of gas tanks, but none that are the style that I want to put back on there. Anyway, that's where I'm going to leave this video for now. As for the chainsaws that I picked up the other day, the set of chainsaws, which I don't even know where I put them. Oh, in that box right there. I'm going to be looking at those once I get my bench cleaned off. So, and I'll make a separate video about that again. Sweet.